Alright, Jeff with Lenco Diesel Performance and LDP Machine. Going to do a install video with our new Cummins front main seal installer. Show you guys how it works with a couple different techniques. First thing as far as the tool itself goes, this is your lower piece that has the guide in it. This has a shoulder right here, which is what sets the depth of the seal. This is basically your stop. So the seal comes in from the backside and hits this shoulder and sets the depth. And then on the face of it, it's recessed so that the lip seal on your seal has a pocket to go into without damaging the seal. So that's the lower half. And then the upper half of the installer has a shoulder here. It's the same diameter as the front snout of the crankshaft. That is for the seal, the lip seal, to go onto. So you're going to have your seal out of the package with the seal installer. Just like it would face the crankshaft, it's going to face your tool. So you're going to line it up with the hub on the tool. Pop the seal on, and there you go. Now the seal, it aids in assembly and it functions. So we take our lower half here, and you definitely want to put some sort of lube on the pilot. Otherwise it can galled up, being aluminum. So we use engine assembly lubes. We're a machine shop, that's what we got sitting around. Wheel bearing grease, silicone lube, WD-40, anything will work. So get some lube on it, and we take our cover and you install this into the cover. This cover, it's used and it's been painted, so it kind of it fits tight. They don't always fit tight like that, but it still spins. So put that in there, and then we take our upper half with the seal installed, set it on the pilot, keeps it nice and straight, put it in our press. You could use an arbor press or a hydraulic press. The arbor press works just as good. And just like with anything, if it starts to go crooked on you, help it get straight and make sure you're pushing it on even, and then there you go. You see it just popped right on down, goes on nice and easy, and bam, you feel pressure. It's seated. You can look at it, make sure that it looks flat, but it's on a guide and it's going down hitting the shoulder. So that's simple, and you have a Cummins front main seal installed to the correct depth. You see the upper half pops right off, lower half comes out, and you have a seal that is nicely installed at the correct depth, nice and even all the way around. So if you've done this, pretty much any other way, you know how big of a pain in the butt it can be. So guarantee you're appreciating that. Super easy, super fast. And then the other cool thing about it, we designed this. Not only do we put the center in there for a guide, that was the initial idea. Well, we grabbed DOM when we were making our prototype, and seeing the hole, got to thinking, well, hell, if a guy's at home doesn't have a press, or if a guy's in a hurry, you can use threaded rod or a long bolt. So 1/2 inch, you can use 7/16, 3/8, whatever you got laying around. You can buy a foot-long stick of threaded rod for a couple bucks at a hardware store if you don't have a press. So you're going to use the older style seal, like more your factory style for the 02 and older. Same principle. We're going to set the installer on there, slide it on, pull the installer out, which of course that one doesn't fit quite as tight. And just for video purposes, we thought for showing for the older 12 valve stuff, might as well use one of our modified covers. We've got a steel plate drilled and tapped that we TIG weld on to the factory cover. And then we have a billet access plate for adjustable pump gears. So that's another product we have. And then for this here, same deal. You're going to put the front in there. And then you're going to put your seal in from the back side. Piece of threaded rod. Always you're going to want to use a washer, if not two. And you should use some anti-seize or grease on the threads, ideally. If I cared about this piece of rod, I would do so, but not really too worried about it for the purpose of doing a video. So This is where a shorter piece of rod, if you're gonna do this a lot, a shorter piece of rod would definitely benefit you. Okay, so I'll turn it so that you can see in the video. So you're gonna get this up close. Again, you wanna make sure you're square. Your tool is seated in the front all the way around, so you know it's piloted good. You can see your seal. Bam, she stops. And again, like I said, if you had a shorter piece of rod, this would be even faster and easier and less awkward, but nonetheless, you get the idea. Tool comes apart, and bam, you've got a seal installed to the correct depth, perfect all the way around, nice and easy. So doesn't get any easier than that. Now this seal will be ready for the install tool, and this cover's ready to be installed. So that simple. If you had to, you could drive this with a hammer. I wouldn't want to, but you could set this flat on a bench. Make sure you held the cover flat would be the key thing. Put it on there, and you could drive it down with a plastic hammer, ideally, so you don't tear up the drivers. In a pinch it'll work, but anybody's gonna have a bolt laying around. Take a cab mount bolt out if you had to, and find you a bolt and a nut that's suitable, long enough, and I mean, piece of cake. So you've seen it both ways, press or with threaded rod. So piece of cake. This is the LDP 10802 is the part number. They are on our website. You can buy it individually, as a standalone deal. We also offer it with our new Cummins cam bearing, freeze plug, and oil plug driver kit too. So those are on the website. We'll have a video on them shortly. Do an install and full description on them. But we got a whole new line of tools coming out. So get on there, check them out. It's on the website, LencoDieselPerformance.com. There's a tab for tools. The LDP machine tab has them, and they're under the Cummins tab. So thank you.